Jay here for Stretford, Paddock. 3 semi-finals this season for Manchester United and 3 defeats. And another one, the final one in the Europa League. The season's over. We aren't going to win a trophy. With me is Andy Tate. We're here in the Mancunian rain with someone with dulcet Mancunian tones. Andy, sum up tonight for me. How did you feel after that third loss in a semi-final?
It's not acceptable, is it? I mean, for every semi-final we've done this season, the defence has cost us. Whoever played in the red shirt, whether it be the City game at Old Trafford, whether it be the Chelsea semi-final, and tonight, I mean Sevilla, they won at the races. They had a good outfit. I mean, formidable. Yeah, they're a decent outfit. They've won it and they finished 4th in the Spanish league, and they know how to beat big teams. And this team again, I'm not going to name names, but players not turning up again in the semi-final, slacking, losing the ball. I mean, people arguing with each other, the defence. I mean, Lindelof arguing with Fernandes. I get the care, but look at yourselves as well. Work, you talk to communication. Wan-Bissaka for the second goal. Brandon for the first goal. All right, when there's an argument, it might have been a throw-in for United because it came off the guy's hair, but he just glanced his hair. Because he had a big...
that lad with the afro, yeah. I saw that argument. I didn't see the replay, though. I'm not sure.
Hair, doing fair play to him.
I'm not saying anything about anyone's hair.
You know what I mean? Hair of God, if you want to call it that. But this is where this team now needs... This manager, he needs to be backed. And he's got to look at himself as well. Semi-final against Chelsea, did not pick the right team. Solskjær did not pick... Didn't go with Martial, didn't go with Pogba in the semi-final. You're either one of them players. You go to the boss. I want to play. I want to play in a semi-final. I want to win trophies. I don't want to sit on a bench with a makeshift back four and see this team come apart and you ask us to bail us out. He got it wrong, Solskjær. Now, I'm still going to back him. He's still my man. But this is where he's got to start learning again. Players, you got to start pushing yourselves again. A semi-final, not pushing, not. You can blame it on tiredness. You can blame it on tiredness or the heat, but you can't. It doesn't work tonight. They've just not turned up again. And to be fair, we were a better team, and their goal there, some fantastic saves. The referee wasn't too good. I'm not going to moan.
No, I think they're not mutually exclusive. I get where you're coming from because I will ask you about that. Yes, you've made points there about United. We had chances and certain players weren't good enough. The referee though didn't help the situation because I felt it felt like a game that just kept stopping and starting. And some of the fouls, and I felt we should have had a penalty for that second foul on Fernandes.
I know. I didn't like waving the cards. Yeah. If English players do that, they get booked. The referee, you're supposed to be consistent. It wasn't consistent. He booked one player for doing that, and he booked Harry Maguire when he was told to book him, and he goes and books the player for telling him.
That was like the 89th minute or something.
No, it's not acceptable because it's just standard of play, and this is where the board have got to back. As far as I'm concerned, Sancho's deal is dead. He's got to move on now, and we've just got to back. This is where City, Liverpool, strength in depth, you've got to have. Liverpool have got it. Man City have got it. Maybe not in defence, but we've got a decent forward line. But we need a competitive squad dealing on all fronts so you can rotate. I felt sorry for Dan James and the substitutions. Why doing it with 5 minutes to go?
You just said there. Sorry to insult you. You just said strength in depth. Ollie's making substitutions in the 87th minute, I think, or 86th minute. Do you think that shows a lack of strength in depth, that he doesn't have someone on the bench he can rely on and say, okay, I'm going to bring him on to change? Do you think that's what it is, or do you think it's just a case of him trusting his strike force too much almost? What do you think that is?
Well, if you look at it, we've gone unbeaten since, when was our last defeat in the league? I can't even remember when it was. It was Burnley, wasn't it? We lost Burnley and we finished the season in 3rd place. And some will say it's a decent start, it's a decent return, that's what you wanted. But it's a semi-final of a cup. And players' strength in depth, we need it. And you can blame it on the pandemic with the current transfer strategy. Fair enough, and you can only do 1 or 2 transfers. Come on, man. Come on.
To be fair though, we heard that before the pandemic, didn't we, last season, that you can only do 1 transfer at a time?
You can only do 1 transfer at a time. I don't buy that at all. Real Madrid last year, they did 5. in a space.
Yeah, they did loads.
5 transfers in the space of 6 weeks. So don't tell me it can't be done. And Ed Woodward now he's going to get a little bit of heat now in the next few weeks because the fan base is going to be upset and angry. I get the players are angry. I want to see trophies. We ain't going to do it now. And then what's our odds are for next season? What we're going to aim for? Third again. We have to push a little bit further. At least try and make a bid for the challenging for the league. You know what I mean? Them down the East Lancs and them up the road up at Eastlands. We've just got to do it. That's all I can say. Back the manager. The players need to kick up the arse. All I can say is this better be motivation. Because if we get to a semi-final again next year, you got to turn up. And it's just not acceptable. We're all hurting. We're all upset. I'm speaking from the heart here. Because I know come tomorrow morning, it's back to reality. And it's football. And there's more things going on in the world. But this is our little bit of comfort. And one thing, I just cannot wait to get back in Old Trafford. And even when that does happen, when it happens, it's going to be like a lottery, limited crowds and everything. But I just want this football back. I want the world back the way it is. I want everybody to just get on with it. But it's going to take a long haul for United, and it's going to take a long haul for everything. And I'm just upset, and I'm a little bit upset now. But I want this fucking team start manning up and play the way they were fucking playing the last 14 games of the season. That's all I want.
Get where you're coming from. Just finally, you've always backed Ollie, as we all have. Do you believe he's the right man for this job? I'm not getting to be melodramatic, but there's been question marks. Do you think long-term Ole Gunnar Solskjær can get the success we as United fans are used to and we want to see back at this club?
I think he can, but he has to be backed and he has to learn from his mistakes as well. Like I say, 3 major semi-finals, 3 total fuck-ups. And in all 3 semi-finals, this was the best time. And we were the better in all 3 of them semi-finals because we never turned up against Chelsea again. Against Man City, all right, it was a understrength squad. We had injuries, but they still didn't turn up. And all right, we had a little bit of respect winning the second leg. But for the manager for the next 10 years, no. For the next 5 years, yes. The foundations he'll lay, and hopefully the players he'll bring in, and whoever comes in after him, about 3-4 years, and it's there, and maybe a trophy or 2. That's all I want to say. I'm just so Ed Woodward, back the manager, or the heat's going to be on you as well.
The heat's going to be on you, Ed Woodward. The rain's on us at the minute. There, an impassioned plea from Andy Tate, summing up a lot about what a lot of Manchester United fans will be feeling right now after losing our 3rd semi-final. The season ends with a bit of a whimper. We do have Champions League football next season, but obviously we want more than that. We want trophies. We want to be challenging. That's been Andy Tate. I've been Jay. This has been Stretford Paddock. Don't forget to hit like, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching.